Growing up in the United States, I've always heard about our southern neighbor Mexico. I've heard stories of poverty, crime, and violence. I've heard stories about pollution, contamination, and stories of uneducation. I've heard stories about sombreros, piñatas, donkeys, and dirt roads. I decided to disregard all of these stories as I boarded my plane to Mexico. I decided to start a story of my own. I decided to find the real Mexico. Traveling to Mexico was one of the scariest and most exciting things that I've ever done. When people found out I was leaving, everyone tried to talk me out of it. They were all concerned because everyone has heard the stories about Mexico. We've heard about the violence, the poverty, the lack of drinkable water, etc. But on this trip to Querétaro, I saw a completely different Mexico. I was surprised time and time again in this country that I quickly fell in love with. Every day brought something new as I walked down the streets. For the first 5 weeks, I walked to and from school every day. It was a 5-mile journey, but it gave me a lot of time to see the city and gain perspective on this new country and culture. Living in Mexico, I learned how much I take my life and the little things in the United States for granted. Water went from something I never thought about to something that I craved if I didn't have it. I never thought about how much I would miss having a regular toilet seat, nor have I ever craved for shade or a place to sleep. But in Mexico, I saw many people who didn't have these things. I saw children selling goods for their parents, and I saw old men sleeping on the street. These are the stories of Mexico that I was semi-prepared to see. But I wasn't prepared to see the magnificent stories. The stories of Mexico that are hidden from the naked eye by the corruption and lack of resources. While there, I got to experience a culture so rich that it put my own to shame. The importance placed on tradition and family was astounding. I attended birthday parties and saw beautiful churches that were hundreds of years old. I witnessed people packing into the churches to attend Mass. Never before have I experienced such a deep-rooted and rich culture. The way that Mexicans celebrate their heritage and ancestry was truly breathtaking. I witnessed many people wearing Aztec garments and participating in events rooted in their history and in their heritage. All of these stories are Mexico. Mexico is so much more than just our southern neighbor, or a poverty-stricken country, or even a traditional country. Mexico is all of this and more. These are the stories that I brought back with me, stories portraying the real country, and these are the stories that I will carry with me for a lifetime.